That's right. Anti-government protests continue in Venezuela for second week in a row. Venezuelans are facing food and medicine shortages due to inflation, but this is only part of the crisis. For now, protesters are also calling for the Romanian Prime Minister to step down. So thank you for coming. So based off of what Professor Lamy was saying about far-right politics in Europe, what do you have to say about the situation in your own country?
Well, we recognize it definitely. We notice also a lot of fear in our country.
The so-called Dreamers are young undocumented immigrants who are protected by President Obama's executive action in 2012. The Trump administration is also temporarily suspending the fast-track options for H-1B visas. This is the type of visa that allows U.S. businesses to hire foreign workers. The U.S. has advised China to pressure North Korea to stop these ongoing weapon tests, but China continues to push for peaceful dialogue. The U.S. has offered better trade deals if China agrees to take action. With this deal, the U.S. has agreed to receive over 1,000 asylum seekers. They are currently in Australian-run detention camps off of two tiny islands here off the coast of Papua New Guinea. Most of them are from the Middle East and South Asia. In return, Australia will resettle refugees coming from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras, who have been housed in a facility in Costa Rica.
A terrorist attack shook Russia's metro system and a natural disaster hit Colombia today.
Our international reporter Claudia Buccio is here now with details of those affected.
Thanks, Mark and Gabriella. An explosion on a subway in Russia killed at least 11 people and injured more than 40 in St. Petersburg this morning. Authorities are calling the explosion that came from a homemade bomb filled with shrapnel a terrorist attack. A second device was later found at a different station, which led to the shutdown of St. Petersburg's entire metro system. St. Petersburg is the former capital of Russia and the second largest city in the country. President Vladimir Putin was just a few miles away at the time. We talked to USC students about the attack.
I immediately then messaged my host mom and was like, are you and the family okay? Because, you know, it's scary. And then I messaged a couple of other friends that were really close to me.
I have a lot of friends that travel to St. Petersburg on a regular basis, and they might have been there during the explosion, so I was really worried about them, but I checked everything, they're all right.
The St. Petersburg metro system is the 19th busiest in the world and has never been target of an attack. No group has claimed responsibility. In Colombia, a state of emergency is still in effect in the southern city of Mocoa after a deadly mudslide. As of today, the Colombian Red Cross reported a death toll of 262 people and 262 injured. Rescue efforts are still underway to solve 311 cases of missing people. Heavy rain Friday night and a Saturday morning caused a major river in the region to overflow. The resulting mudslides have covered homes in the southern part of the country. Red Cross workers are on the ground trying to help.
What they're currently looking for is that we have resources to give humanitarian aid and that we stabilize families. What we're currently doing is organizing teams, specifically in the areas of water and healing.
I spoke with the man in Colombia who's working with his community to send support to Mocoa.
People bring canned foods, blankets, sleeping bags, flashlights, and basic medicine. This is a Colombian pain, and it hurts.
The Colombian Red Cross estimates it may take up to a year before families can return back to the area. Back to you, Mark and Gabriella.
A lo largo del programa podrán disfrutar de diferentes segmentos, noticias impactantes, de interés humano,
entretenimiento y deportes.
¿Qué les parece si pasamos a ver el mejor reportaje de noticias impactantes?
Una vez más, la comunidad del condado de Orange unió fuerzas para recaudar fondos destinados a erradicar el cáncer. Jorge Barona nos tiene la noticia. El Departamento de Motores y Vehículos DMV de California otorgará licencias de conducir a indocumentados a partir del 1 de enero de 2015. Muchas felicidades a nuestro querido noticiero latino del condado de Orange. Además de nuestro aniversario, también es momento de despedirnos de nuestro mentor Terry Bells, quien creó este programa para apoyar a nuestra comunidad. El virus de ébola ha llegado a los Estados Unidos. El pasado martes, el Centro de Control y Prevención de Enfermedades, conocido por sus siglas en inglés como CDC, anunció que en Texas un paciente cuya identidad se mantiene en anonimato está en terapia intensiva tras ser diagnosticado con este virus. De acuerdo a la Organización Mundial de la Salud, 2.917 personas han muerto en el oeste de África y aproximadamente 3.000 personas han sido infectadas desde marzo. Fiebre, dolor muscular, vómito y hemorragias son algunos de los síntomas del virus. Se transmite a través del contacto con la sangre o fluidos corporales de los infectados. Expertos de la salud creen que Ebola no se propagará en los Estados Unidos. Habrá más eventos durante todo el año, porque un siglo de existencia es un gran motivo de celebración. ¿Alguna vez soñó con construir un mono de nieve en las calurosas playas del sur de California? Pues esto fue posible para los residentes de Huntington Beach y Long Beach este pasado lunes. De acuerdo al Servicio Nacional Climático, 1 pulgada de hielo cubrió la arena debido a la presencia de una fuerte tormenta. Los locales aprovecharon para andar en trineo y jugar con el hielo. Claro que en cuanto salió el sol, todo el granizo se derritió. Durante la semana, varias ciudades sufrieron fuertes tormentas.